Hi everyone and welcome back to the Obvious Response channel. So this is gonna be the 11th video in the Farming Simulator 22 series. So at the end of the last video we ended day 1 and we started uh, day 2 at 5x speed. So I gave you a quick review on what the sky looks like at 6 a.m. in the morning, but we'll start with 8 a.m. when it's not that dark. So today the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to collect these pallets that we have. So that's why I have this FH16 out. So I am going to head to the shop and buy us a nice trailer to pick up those pallets. We'll be picking up these honey pallets also. So we will have a trailer dedicated to collecting pallets from different sources like chickens and greenhouses as well as our honey. So what I have in mind is, if you go into the miscellaneous category here, you have this Chrome Profiliner, and what I understand is there are uh, many modded version, one with RAMs and all those things available online. Uh, so you can put this to use for different purposes also. With the ramp you can probably transport your smaller vehicles around the map, but we will not be using any modded version. We'll probably just use it to collect and temporarily store our pallets. If you look at the controls menu, so you can see left shift plus Z opens your curtain for a particular side, and similarly you can close it. Not sure if it works on this side too. So it will open it from that side, and there are, I think the auto load functionality is messing up the controls on this trailer, because there are options to open front right side or front left side, but none of that is working in this configuration. I checked it earlier, but anyways, even if it opens from one side, it will still um, you know serve the purpose. So let's open it from this side and let's collect our honey pallets first of all. So we only want to collect these two rows because those are the ones which are actually full, and not collect the third one as of yet, because that is only partially full. So again, if you open up the controls menu, you can start loading by pressing left shift and R. So let's just do that, and yeah, all 6 pallets have been collected. Let's go this way. and visit our greenhouses. So I mean the auto load usually picks up the first two. I think it's a range thing. So yeah, it picks up the first two. It should pick up this lettuce, and it should pick up the first two of these tomato pallets. The other two, we may have to, you know, um, push them a bit ahead manually. So for that, we can probably buy a forklift, but we'll buy a more powerful one this time. The most powerful that is available is 75 horsepower. So yeah, we'll probably go with this one. Yep, so all these are now in the trailer, so we'll keep them there for now, because at the moment we don't own any production chains where we want to process them. Also, we don't have that much quantity that we can actually buy any production chain and start manufacturing any finished goods. So I'll maybe just park this trailer somewhere here in this shed, because this has not been used up till now. So maybe we can just park this in here. So in the bottom right corner you can see it is showing you a list of what all pallets are there. So we'll leave the truck here for now. And coming back to farming, so we can now plant wheat and barley as well as canola in this month in September. So probably we'll go with wheat first. And since we use wheat to feed our chickens anyway, so we are going to plant that close to our chicken coops. So field number 39 is cultivated, but it doesn't have anything planted on it yet. We are not going to buy it just now. We have field number 43. So we'll probably prepare field number 43 for wheat, and field number 45 and 46 we can use it for barley at the moment. And we can turn wheat and barley into flour very easily. The grain mill should be right here. So we'll use most of the wheat for our chickens, but the barley we can straight away convert it into flour, which can then be used in the bakery and so on and so forth. So let's get started with field number 43 first. So First of all, let's have a look at the condition of the soil, what it actually needs. So the soil composition on 43 is that weed is growing in the field. That's no bother. This is harvested. It doesn't need lime. Maybe we'll skip that for now. So we'll just put fertilizer on this field and then mulch it. And let's see if skipping the lime application, even though it's not required, affects our yield bonus or not. Yeah, so let's start with the fertilizer. So I'm just going to take this medium tractor. We should have enough fertilizer in this spreader as it is. I don't think we need to refill it. Yeah, 87%. So field number 43 is harvested. So that should do it. Yeah, you can use Control Z to change the working width of this tool specifically. And if we have a look at the menu now, I think there is a bit left on this edge, but other than that, everything is covered. So let's quickly get that as well. Yep, so that should be the field completely fertilized. Now we are going to move to mulching. So it'll turn over, like it'll mix the fertilizer, the weeds and the crop stubble from the previous harvest together, and then plowing will mix it with the soil, which will greatly boost our yield. So yeah, let's just park it and get on with the mulching. So for the mulcher, I'll probably take a large tractor, because that will need a lot of power to work properly. So yeah, park this right here, leave the tractor as it is. We'll get the larger New Holland one. I might need to move this forklift from there because I don't want that, spawning of the pallets to get affected because the forklift is there. So I'll park it right alongside our reloader right here, and then we can get back to our mulcher, which is right here alongside the seeder. Let's take this out for a spin. So I just pressed H, and let's see how the AI wants to do it. It wants to go this way. Let me just try to activate the AI somewhere else, probably here, because this is not a rectangle shaped field, so the AI might get a little wonky here and there, but we'll come back to it and keep an eye on it from time to time, and we'll see if whenever it needs a hand we can probably go ahead and do that. But for now, let's leave the AI to handle this and carry our fertilizer over. Before that, let's have a quick look. So the soil composition, it has, weed is growing, but it doesn't need lime. So yeah, we'll start with the fertilizer there as well. So that's field 35, sorry, 45 and 46 fertilized. So we still don't own field number 47. So we'll take the fertilizer back to the farm. And if we still have some time, we might want to quickly complete a contract. Yeah, so I think it's doing pretty well. It's holding well on its own. So we can have a quick look at the contracts. So there are contracts for sowing and there are contracts for harvesting. So field number 35, it's for carrots. We don't have a harvester for it yet. So we can either borrow the machinery to do it, or we can always buy our own. So field number 35 is here, right beside the farm. But before getting into these uh, crops like carrots and potatoes, yeah, so all two of these are for carrots and one is for potatoes. So I have a modded harvester for this. Otherwise, you need different machinery for different vegetables. For example, for potato, you need this harvester. Um, and for carrots and radishes and beetroot, you'll probably need this, and it takes a lot of time to harvest these crops. For beets, you can also use this harvester. So the modded version is also based on these, but it works on all the plants. So beets, carrots, radishes, cotton, potatoes, um, all these sugar canes, what have you. So it will work on everything. So that's the Homer Exact T440 multi harvester pack. So that's the mod. There is one in the lizard harvester pack also, but it doesn't have sugar cane, cotton, and I think sugar cane and cotton. Yeah, so we'll probably go with this one, but I'm more interested in having a look at the fields which have the sorghum crop. So field number 33 is ready to be harvested, and this is a big field and we need this field. So we can have the sorghum to start our our grain mill to make flour. Then field number 28 has carrots. I still don't want to go up in the upper part for now. We'll probably just do with the lower one. Parsnip, yeah. So field number, is it parsnip or is it sugar beet? Yeah. Field number 30 has sugar beet. but 35, 33 and 28 are ready to be harvested. 35 and 28 have carrots and 33 has sorghum. So we'll probably start with 33. We'll buy the field, that's field number 10. We'll harvest it, and whatever we get, we'll just put it into the grain mill. We'll buy the grain mill and it can start producing flour right away. So let's go ahead and buy this. And we have wheat and we have sorghum. We'll have sorghum. So before buying the grain elevator, the grain mill, we'll put wheat and sorghum in it. So we'll get paid for our wheat and our sorghum, and then we'll buy the grain elevator. Hopefully this works. So yeah, so first thing first, let's get our harvester out of the shed, and let's go get the sorghum harvested first of all. the harvesting done on field number 43, the sorghum harvest is complete. So let's just get a wagon or trailer, whatever you want to call it, here and collect this up, this up. So let's take the medium sized New Holland and our wagon here. So okay, what I want to do is I actually want to transport both wheat and sorghum at the same time. So I am going to buy different like trailer which has different sections where you can store different crops. So like these right here. So this has a capacity of around 75. Probably buy this one. And then okay, our mulcher is done with field number 45. So let's just assign it to field number 46 and it can do the same thing over there as well. So using the vehicle menu you can directly assign it to a field rather than going over there and placing it. Yeah, that is another way you can assign it, but yeah, I prefer to do it this way so that I can specify a start point. So let's take our truck over to cut across here. We are definitely not good neighbors. And pick this up. So that we can transport different types of crops in one go. In this case, I'll refill the first one with wheat from the farm silo, and then we'll collect sorghum in the other one from the harvester, and then we'll drop them both at the grain mill. So the controls are pretty much the same, except you can open cover by N, and in the first section you can start refilling wheat. So that's 17,600. We can put wheat here as well. So that should be almost all the wheat that we have. Yeah, just 58,000 700 liters left in the silo. Put the cover back, and now let's take this to field number 33. We are getting more honey pellets. The bees are working very hard for us, and that is good, because we might want to look into a production chain such as oats, that will probably use honey. But first things first, let's turn here and get under this pipe. So no, missed it completely. Let's get under here like so. So we can have sorghum, more sorghum, and I think we still have some left in the harvester, is it? Yeah, 21,000, almost 22,000 liters still left. We'll leave that as it is. We'll probably take it back to the farm in case we run short on our chicken feed, which hopefully we will not. We can use that extra sorghum. But first, let's take this to the grain mill, and we can use this route here. Because the grain mill is down there, that building which you can see right beside the bridge, that is the grain mill, and I think we can get there from here. So we'll just unload the first section, the front of the first section first. So please keep an eye on the controls menu. So it says tip side front, so that will be the first section of the first trailer. So if I go ahead and start overloading it, so the first section of the first trailer is unloading. Once that is done, you can press U to start unloading the back section of the first trailer. That's again wheat. Unloading. So that's another $16,000. Close the first trailer, move back to the second using G, and then tip side is front. So the first section of the second trailer will get overloaded. Let's see how much sorghum fetches us. So that's 23,321. Press U to change the tip side to the back section of the second trailer and start unloading it. So that's wheat and sorghum at the grain, delivered at the grain mill. So if we just go and have a look at it, so once we buy it, we still we should have both the wheat and sorghum in the grain mill. So we have got the value for the produce, and then we will use that produce for ourselves after purchasing the grain mill. So yeah, so now you can see we have 35,000 liters of wheat and we have 40,000 liters of sorghum, which are now being converted into flour, and it is currently set to deactivate the rest of these. It is currently set to storing, so it will store it. We might want to make another trip and see if we can get more sorghum and wheat, because now we own the grain mill. Let's just cut through this field here to save some time. And go into the harvester, take the pipe out, and see if we can, I mean, how much sorghum this can hold. So it's actually not unloading. Yeah, it's unloading now. Okay, that's the second one, partially filled, not completely filled, and the harvester is now empty. We'll probably take a quick trip back to the farm to collect some wheat as well. So remember, we are not, I mean, if we can, we will avoid emptying the wheat completely, because we will need some of it for our chicken feed. Given that we are only working on the lower part of the map, so we even if there is sorghum to be harvested on the upper part, we'll refrain from that for now, because we don't want to have to do too many things. Yeah, but if there is a contract, we'll surely do it. That's no issue. We fill in wheat. So we should still have another 18,000 in the tank. I mean in the silo at the field. Yeah, 18,000. So yeah, we are good on that. And once again, let's get this back to our grain mill, where it can start Okay, this one turn here. Unless you want to completely mess it up. So we'll take this route. No, no problem there. So if and when I buy this field, I'm surely creating a path across it so that you don't have to cut through it so shamelessly every time. It started to rain now, so that's a damper on any harvest. So yeah, we completed our uh, sorghum harvest just in time, because harvesting during the rains further reduces the yield, and we definitely, I mean, nobody would want that. So yeah, all in good time. And we've bought the grain mill. Our mulcher is doing pretty well on field number 46. uh, we will start working on plowing field number 33, rather 43. But first let's just unload the sorghum that we have. So that's the back section, and that's okay, that's the front unloaded. So most of the grain crops we will make, we will convert them into flour, because that can be used in a lot of places. Apart from that, we can use the barley and wheat and oats and sorghum crops directly in the grain mill. Oats we can use in the cereal factory also, canola in the oil mill. But yeah, wheat and barley, we can make flour out of them, or we can feed it to our livestock. So good thing all our bales are in the silo during the rain. And yeah, so that's the trailer completely empty. And if you look at the production chain, so we have 74, almost 75,000 liters of wheat, and 62, approximately 62,000 liters of sorghum. So that should be enough. Like that should be a lot of flour we should get in some time from the grain mill. Meanwhile, we'll take this back to the farm without crashing it, hopefully. We'll take this back to the farm, and I'll end this episode right here. I'll take this back to the farm, I'll take the harvester back to the farm, and then in the next episode we can probably complete the other activities which we have to do on the fields which we are prepping for wheat and barley crops. um, In the meantime, if there are any suggestions, please leave them in the comment. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. uh, I'll meet you in the next episode. Till then, this is me signing off. Take care, have a nice day. Cheers, bye bye.